You are not going to believe it. I am going live today in my birthday suit. Yes, ladies. This is for female coaches and consultants that are out there. And you might be wondering, oh my gosh, how do I set goals in 2021? Or you actually think you already know how to set goals because you've been doing it for forever. But how many goals are you actually meeting? And not only just meeting the goals. In fact, maybe you've met many goals in 2020, but maybe you're not fulfilled. So today I want to teach you the number one thing, the thing you must do before you set goals for 2021. We're coming around. It's going to be the new year soon. And I was actually inspired by a client this morning. Her number one value is authenticity. And she worries about what are other people going to be thinking when she goes on social. So I figured today, why not mix a little pleasure? I love being in the water, and why not mix pleasure with business, which I love to do. So yes, I'm a water baby, and I'm sitting in the bathtub talking to you in my birthday suit. I'll give you a little bit of background. What we got here, we got the candle, we got the Epsom salt, we've got my favorite doTERRA product, which is lavender. So you're probably thinking that you already know how to set goals, because I work with high level, high achieving women that by all means, they sometimes think they know all that stuff. Like that's basic. But I'll tell you, in the past couple days, I have been thinking about like, what do I want to create in 2021? How do I want to grow my business? How do I want to have more impact? And I decided to start like I always do, which is not with what you might think I do. Most people, most women ask a question. And what do you think the question is? What do I want? What do I want in 2021? I mean, makes sense, right? You're setting goals like, what do I want? But you want to ask questions upstream of that will make all the difference. It'll be the difference between setting a goal and a month later you're not following it, or setting a goal and you don't have the confidence that you can do it. So anyway, here's what you want to do. And if you don't do it, you're not going to get the benefit. You're not going to get the benefit of like enjoying the journey. I have looked upon this past year, and my coach actually is so thrilled with the results that I'm getting. And I was in a tough spot recently, and by all means, by other people, I was winning. I was winning the game. I was making good money. And yet what I realized is my expectations were so high, they were actually totally unreasonable. I mean, really unreasonable, to the point that I thought I was failing. And it's because I had an idea of what I thought success was. And after she worked with me after a session, what I realized is I really hadn't set that particular goal up to win, because I didn't define what winning really was. And so one of the ways, here's what you're going to do. Here's the secret is, what in this past year, I'm going to ask you some questions. And if you're following along, write these down. If you're listening to the replay, listen to it again. And I'll have an opportunity, actually, we'll put it in the link. We have a masterclass coming up this Saturday where we're going to go deep dive into your profit pyramid and planning for 2021. So this is just a little bit of a teaser of what you want to come to the call ready to do this Saturday at noon Mountain Time. So I want you to think, in this past year, what did you love about 2020? And many of you can't even really think. In fact, when I started to go through this process a couple nights ago, I had to go back to my photos and remember like where I've been in this past year. And here's what I realized. I had so many victories that I had forgotten about. High achieving women, when we reach a goal and it feels like a victory, the very next thing that we do is we often set another goal, but we don't celebrate the victory. So we don't enjoy the journey. And what I had forgotten is, it was less than a year ago that I had rented out a theater, and had this amazing event. It didn't have the numbers that I had wanted to, but we had so much transformation in that room. And I'm still working with women that ended up signing up for my academy, and they're getting amazing results. And I had literally forgotten, like just a year ago, I'd rented out that room. I'd never rented out a whole theater. It was a big deal. I'd forgotten about that. I'd also forgotten about some of the highlights that I had with my family. Highlights that could be very simple, like, a memory that I had of flying down a ski slope and my 10-year-old being right behind me. I mean, I was going so fast, and it was that what we call a magical moment I'll never forget. We got down to the bottom, and my husband said, "Oh my gosh, that felt amazing." He said, "I watched you go down, Maddie followed right along, and it was so exhilarating, especially having been kind of locked up and locked down." So anyway, your first assignment before setting any goals is I want you to review your victories. In the chat below, if you're watching this, go ahead and say yes to victories. Just say yes, right? We want to celebrate your wins. And we can't get in a high emotional state of fulfillment if we can't get in that, like, yes, I'm a winner. And you try to set goals, you're not going to set them from what we call a very powerful state, right? We want to anchor in what you've already done, remind you of what's possible. It's not about what you can accomplish this year, but what can you accomplish 5 years from now? Whoa, that'll scope out. So I really want, before you set any goals, I want you to get in a really great emotional state. In fact, for women, I say go ahead and turn the music on and shake your booty. Shake your booty. Get your energy high, and moving your body is one of the best ways to do that. And then I want you to sit down and ask yourself, what were the victories from last year? Look at pictures if you need to, because the mind will often go to three things: less, lack, or scarcity. It often doesn't remember all the good things that happened, especially with COVID and the devastation of fires and, all kinds of natural disasters and families being hungry. And you might be one of those people that 2020 was really tough. You may have lost a loved one, and it's so easy to forget where your victories are. So look for them, sister. Look for the wins and small victories stacked on top of one another. You'll feel victorious, but you gotta look for the victories. So look for the victories. Look for what I call magical moments. When were there moments in time where it was magical, and it may have only lasted for a moment? Hopefully you can even maybe look at your journal and see where you've been and how far you've come. In fact, something I had forgotten is this summer, I took my daughter, last minute, my daughter and her best friend up into the mountains to see the meteor showers in August. And it was a cloudy night, and we looked up into the stars, and the clouds began to clear. And we saw some meteors, and it was cool. It was cool, but it was not what the media had said it was going to be, which is meteors flying all over the place, all over the sky. And we went to bed in the tent about 3 o'clock in the morning. The little girl that was with us, little Sienna, she's like standing there in a fog, like not knowing where the exit is from the tent. And I realized, I was like, "Sienna, do you have to go to the bathroom?" She said, "Yeah." And she woke us all up. And so I'm letting her out of the tent, and we walk out in the stillness of the night, and we looked up at the stars. And at that point, it was pitch black. So we were able to see meteors coming flying across the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, just magical. I'll never forget it. And yet, had I not reviewed my photos from last year prior to setting my goals, I would have forgotten that magical moment. So before you set your goals this year, turn on your music, shake your booty, remind yourself how awesome you are. Look at where you've been. See what magical moments you've had. Write it all down. And then, and only then, do you ask, what do I want? Now, this Saturday, we're going to be doing a masterclass. We're going to go a deep dive in. We'll put the link below where we are going to create a blueprint for you for $1 million business. If you want $1 million business, you gotta have a plan. And I love to teach women how to like enjoy the journey, work smarter, not harder. Have you do what you do best, let other people do the rest. So this sounds like something you're interested in. I can't wait to show you how to create this profit planning. I'll be teaching you how to think about profit differently. You'll walk away with a clear vision. You're going to know exactly what to do next because so many women get overwhelmed. And so I want you to walk away this Saturday at noon. The link, we'll put it below. Normally this would cost, I think it's like we normally like, well, first of all, I have up to this point, I've only made this available to my high-end clients that pay me, 15K or more to work with me. But this Saturday, 2020 has been so tough. Let's stake the ground for your 2021 and multi-million-dollar business. Why not? I'd love to share with you how you create this plan, and we'll walk you through step by step. We'll do it together. You don't need to feel all alone anymore. And so it's only I think it's $29 or something like that. Like, this is a not to be missed masterclass, profit planning for 2021. And we're going to teach you all the secrets so that you get to build your $1 million business. You'll walk away from that class, this intimate class. We're only allowing so many people in, and we'll put the links below. So anyway, I'm so happy to be here with you in my bathtub, in my birthday suit. Who cares what other people think? It's your year to make more money, close more sales, and get paid what you're worth. And I would love to be on this journey with you. Thank you. I'm signing off, Dr. Kelly Martin Shue. And be sure to click in the link below, and I'll see you in the masterclass this Saturday at noon Mountain Time. Have a fantastic day. Signing off.